spectacles and things like that. So whatever the call is, good, bad, or indifferent, don't show any emotion. Keep playing hard. Same old story about every possession matters, and enjoy it.
I imagine all that travel at the beginning of the season maybe helps a little bit now, as tough as it was then.
Yeah, I guess. I guess we're used to playing after we travel a lot,
Yeah.
so we didn't think we would have one more of these West Coast trips in us, but it is what it is. And at least I think it's like 80 degrees out there right now, so that's not too bad.
Yeah. When you play a team like that, and you kind of had a similar matchup last year with Iowa State, a team that liked to get up and down. Would you rather play a style like that you don't need to worry about some team trying to grind you down into these long, slow possessions, that you can play the style you want, and they kind of are encouraging that too?
Well, they're really good at that style too, and they're really, really good athletes. So it's a little different that way. And Iowa State was very similar to that. So we're going to have to actually try to contain their athleticism within that. Doesn't really matter who you play. There's always going to be certain things you do alike and certain things you don't do alike, and you have to kind of figure out how to try to offset things.
Do you and the team maybe take the experience into this, like you said, a similar matchup, a top offense, and with better athletes? Do you kind of take that as a into the game, and does that help you maybe in this matchup? Look at what you did last year against a similar team.
I think when you play them, when you play Florida State early in the year, even playing Nevada twice, they had a great year, and we've played a lot of good teams and really high-level teams. In some games we've done really well, and in some we haven't. But we know on the right night that we can, and we kind of know that if you don't come and play as hard as you can against a team like this, it can get ugly early. So if we play really well, though, some magical things can happen.
You guys had some definite ups and downs this year.
A little bit.
Yeah. How does this kind of rank in your senior years? Is this one of the more difficult seasons, or the most difficult season that you guys have had to go through to get to the point that you're at now?
I think every season has its own challenges. Obviously, again, trying to incorporate all the new pieces was a very big challenge for us, and we had guys' health issues as well, and we didn't have the consistency I would like. We really didn't have that guard that was a main player. We've always had a good post and a good guard, and this year we had the good post and then a lot of similar guards who all did very well within their own right, but like not that alpha dog in the guard spot. So that was the biggest challenge. And I think it reminds me of a few years back. I think we finished in 4th place in the league, and we had lost about 6 games by two points, 1 point, buzzer beater, 3/4 court shots. And we just try to tell the guys to keep working hard, keep working hard. And this group, in all fairness, through all those ups and downs, they worked hard every single day. So we're hopeful that there'll be something special for them since they continue to do that all year.
And we talked a lot over the years about some of the guys you had. Somebody like Sed, who's not really a major recruit. Ricky, low
Right.
division one recruit. EJ, kind of 6'4", pudgy power forward who can shoot. And you had all those guys in the Corey Deshawn, who's a guy who didn't play much in Buffalo. All these guys are kind of a mishmash of players that Nebraska kind of put together here and kind of put your.
How special is it for them? How special is it to give these guys opportunities they wouldn't have had somewhere, or guys who couldn't play or didn't play much where they were, and be able to take those guys and let them, within their own right, show how they deserve to be in the NCAA, how they deserve to play college basketball Division I and do well. And now they have success because of it. And again, you can look at some of the transfers and some of the guys who were recruited by certain levels. A lot of those teams aren't dancing. And these guys found a way to do it, and I'm really, really proud of them.
I was going to say, a lot of these guys, you had this. So let's say you have a casual fan in Middle America or West Coast who doesn't know anything about Iona. They see 3-14, they see a huge mismatch. But you have someone like Jordan, who originally was going to go to Arizona State. You have someone like Sam, who was at UConn, and John was in the A-10. That these guys, they've been going against this level of player for a long time.
Which is great. I think that's going to help us a lot in a game like this, because it's not just the guy who played last year. Like you said, the 2 that you just spoke of, you add them, now we have 5 guys who played in that type of game. So that helps. Now it's almost half your team.
Do you think the experience being here last year for the guys makes a big difference?
For the guys who were here, yes. 2 of the guys didn't play because of injuries, but I do think it makes a big difference because they just know the emotion of the time and what the crowd and the atmosphere is going to be like. And I mean, it's a really exciting and electric time. And to be able to rein that in as a player, as a young man, if you hadn't been through it, it can be a lot. I think the Siena game definitely helped us because you went in front of 8,000 people that were screaming against you. And there was a ton of electricity in the air, so it was great to play in that environment. Recently, like in the past, if you got to a championship game at Siena, there was 1,000 people there or 2,000 people, and the place looked empty, so it didn't have that fire. That was one we needed for our conference and to help us in this environment, hopefully.
So you and Jared have had a great run here, 7 years.
And we've had some fun.
Now his alma mater, the job is open.
Yeah.
I know that's at least your concerns now, but do you ever think about, the success you've had, how integral he's been in that one day you're going to lose him and they'll end up.
No doubt, and he deserves it. And he's worked his tail off, and I think, become a really good coach, not just in recruiting, but as a basketball coach. And I think wherever he goes, if he gets an opportunity, he's going to be tremendous. So I'm really proud of him. I'm really happy that we had this time together, and I think it's his time right now.
You've had some obviously tough matchups in the tournament the past few years. There really isn't any other choice. It's always going to be that way. The way you guys play, though, is it one of these trips we're going to hit the way we can hit from outside? That day's going to come.
That's what you think. You'd like to see it happen, and if we do that, it would be really interesting what the game, what the game would be like. 'Cause we haven't shot the ball well in the tournament outside of BYU. I think that was the one first half, right? And then after that, we've struggled shooting the ball, and we've gotten some good looks. And last year, we made a couple of runs. I think we're within 7 late in the game. Had we knocked down a shot here or there, again, it becomes real interesting. And then you have to see how the other team reacts if they're in a tight situation that they didn't expect.
So you see this formula for upsets year after year that is on outside shooting and just seems so catered to you guys on the right day.
Well, if you look at it in all fairness, all the teams that advance shoot the ball well. There's almost nobody, who wins that didn't shoot the ball well in the game. The teams that lose struggled shooting in that game. So it doesn't matter if it's an upset or what you expect to happen. It's kind of simple. Like sometimes in later rounds, it's not always a big diversity, but early rounds, it always seems that way.
Coach, you've had a lot of success this year with the rotation of your guards and playing 5 different guards in the game. Is that an asset going into a fast-paced environment, playing a fast team like Oregon?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of guys who have confidence in themselves out there, and we have confidence in. And if guys get tired, we can throw the next guy in and, just keep on doing what we're doing. I think we've had 7 guys score more than 19 points in a game this year.
As important just in a big game like that, big atmosphere, a lot of noise, to just try to set the pace early and try to play very strong defense?
It's going to be a big part of it. They really, really drive the ball well, and they're really athletic, and that's going to be the interesting piece when we're going up and down the court. And what you don't see here is their speed. They're at a different level athlete. So even though we run well, they run faster because they're bigger, longer, and all of that. So we have to really do a good job getting back in transition because they love to push. And if we don't get back in a hurry, it's going to be easy baskets for them.
Absolutely. This is a Pac-12 team, the regular season champion. They lost by 3 to Arizona. Very good team. What is the difference in a West Coast a league like this? What's the difference in the teams from what we see here in the East?
I just think the size differential that they have out there and the skill level. A lot of times the skill sets are very good out there, and they have big skilled players. Back here, I think it's more off the bounce in everything we do, but Oregon's not typical. They do really attack the rim off the bounce really well as a team, and they play off the bounce dribble drive offense, and they do a great job of it.
Okay. How is rebounding? Certainly getting defensive rebounds is going to be key to give Oregon just a one-shot opportunity. How important is, how can you simulate rebounding?
Well, it's a huge challenge, obviously, because, again, they're going to be putting guys who are bigger, more athletic out there, and we're going to have to do a much better job of getting bodies on people than what we've been doing. And if we don't do that, if we give up second and third shots, it's going to be a long night.
Tim Cluess, we'll look forward to watching you guys play on Friday. Best wishes.
Thank you very much, Ken.
Appreciate it. Coach, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay.